What's up guys, the Bobcat here and welcome back to Path of Exile, Fall of Oriath. Last time we tried to talk to Lani but there's no dialogue. I did reload, so let's see if it works now. Nope. Good to know. Let's talk to Sin and then go and find Bannon's corpse on the roof. Because let's face it, he probably isn't surviving. Nobody does. Let's talk to Sin.
It is good to see that you survived, my friend. But then, you have fared far worse. The froth of a violent ocean should be no problem for you. While we have been absent, Oriath has become a necropolis, a swarm of Kitava's wretched servants. The situation looks more dire than I had first anticipated. Before we make our move, we must know what we are dealing with. I send you, Exile, as a scout, as the only scout that would stand a chance moving through the shifting forms of this nightmare. You must discover where Kitava resides. Only then can we issue our final blow. You needn't fret. The Dark Ember is still safely in my possession, and will remain so until our final confrontation with Kitava. That carnivorous blasphemy will fall like a log cut from the darkest of forests, and we shall watch him burn, as Oriath and the rest of this world breathes a sigh of relief. Lily Roth is a noble... how do you say it? Scallywag? I have witnessed the rise and fall of many great men and women over the eons, and Lily is well on her way to being amongst the very best of them. I suspect one day her name shall be sung in salty taverns the world around. I must remember to keep on her good side, now that she can see me. The beautiful pirate princess hunting down the great god Sin would make for a fantastic tale, I'm sure. But one I would rather have remain in the pages of fiction.
Do a quick check to see if anyone else has got anything new. Oh, it really annoys me just that when dialogue just breaks and we can't talk to them. It's really annoying. Something good for us. It's got a good lightning resistance on it. To put it away though for now, I don't think it'll be particularly useful, so I ought to sell a bunch of those. Oops, didn't mean to put them away. Give me like 12 of them. There we go. Now then, let's go find Bannon, or what's left of him. In fact, isn't this where I think this is where we last left off actually, where we fought Kitava. Oh, the map doesn't look to have changed too much. Also, I ought to check out the aspirants. The aspirants? Is it aspirants? I don't know why I went back. The aspirants. The aspirants plaza again, because I don't know what the next bit is for when we get the next level of what do you call it? When the next load of trials happen for our ascendancy. Now, what's this? Do I need to go there? I kind of want to.
You there! Exile! I am in need of your services once more.
Oh, Bannon's here.
Help me!
Looks like he survived after all. Oh dear. Defeat Plague Wing. Who's Plague Wing and why can't I see him yet? Also, I think I just picked something up. Oh, there he is. No I didn't. I thought I did. Well, casting speed leveled up. Looks like Bannon survived after all. I'll be quiet while we talk with him. Oh wow, he's seen better days.
Phew. I would thank God for you, my friend, if that weren't too on the nose. I felt for sure that this time it was my turn to depart our world. Kitava's cultists surrounded Lani and I a while back. We split up and I led a distraction so she could make best her escape. Funny, I really should have considered my own plan for evasion once I'd allowed her hers. In any case, it is good to see you again, Exile. Let us talk more in a safer space. I shall meet you back at the docks. Phew. I would thank God.
Well, that wasn't very difficult. Back to the docks we go. I mean, it's only just, 100 meters away. Less than. Or the easiest quest in the world. Anyone got anything to say? Oh, everyone's got question marks now. Oh, exclamation marks. I'll be quiet or chat with everyone again. God, I thought I did this already in the last part.
Ah, good to see you made it back. You look at me with suspicious eyes. Yes, I know you have your apprehensions about me, and my new indwelling spirit. But if it helps a little, I feel innocence stirring inside me, awakening with an odd sense of gratitude towards you. It was, after all, your bite that returned him to humility, allowed the scales to drop from his eyes. If you are to go wandering the city in its current state, be careful where you step. Kitava's cultists are constantly on the prowl, actively seeking food for their god. What's worse, the passage to Kitava's feast is blocked off by two large black gates. We call them Kitava's horns, and they are utterly impenetrable to the motions of man. There is but one way in which we can reach Kitava and deprive him of his eternal meal. The staff of Avarius lies somewhere amongst the rubble of the Chamber of Innocence, still billowing with holy power. If you were to find it and return it to me, I believe the power in the staff will act as power enough to break through the horned gates. While they had me trapped, I heard those cultists' mad gibberings. Their words were akin to that of the Wraeclast cannibals, nonsensical sentences accompanied by the most unsettling of cackles. I fear that they have indulged too deeply into Kitava's famed habit, and caught the laughing plague that so often accompanies men and women who choose to engage in the consumption of human flesh. As I'm sure you've noticed, that damnable god Kitava no longer resides on the rooftops, as last you were here. No. The monster has acclimatized himself to Theopolis. He has set up quite the banqueting table for himself. It appears he believes he has a lot of consumption to catch up on. Best I can tell, his new residence lies through the ravaged Oriath square, and past the canals, now the feeding troughs. Heed my warning, friend. Tread lightly through that area, for those cultists are out and about once more, actively seeking food for Kitava to devour. I wouldn't blame you for being curious about the god now dwelling within me. In truth, I'm honored to have been chosen to be Innocence's vessel. You may hear this and think I sound like a pious Templar fool, but it is hard to remain an unbeliever when the gods walk around you, and indeed one sleeps inside you. No need to fear, however. Our poor purity god surely regrets the actions of his past. I can't see him, but I can feel his spirit, wounded and cowering somewhere inside me. At night I hear him whimpering over his wounds. I must say you hurt him good. But as much as I feel his pain, I also feel a budding newness in his heart. He is growing again, and relearning the compassion for humanity that he had long since lost. The Chamber of Innocence is exactly where you left it, though cultists and vandals may have had their way with it since last you visited. Innocence himself no longer cares for the place. In fact, I feel a pained revulsion for it, hence why I cannot go myself. But I'm certain you are more than capable of forging a path through that broken temple once again. Back when the cultists took control of the city, the very ground itself shook, as if pained by some dark abomination. The gnarled horns of Kitava erupted from the earth like spiraling pillars of corruption, weaving together a barrier impeding travelers from moving through the city.
Cool. I want to check something. Back in Act 5, that person. Well, who was it? Quest failed. Tulu. Ah, it was her. Okay, so she ended up going with Kitava then, which means we're going to be killing her. I can't pronounce her name. What is it? Vilenta? Fun. Let's talk to Lani. Still in dialogue. Batman's alive and well, in no small way thanks to you. I'd be willing to guess. Without him being here, I've lost my sanity within my life long ago. Appreciate this gift. Oh, joy flasks. There's no quicksilver. So I'm thinking divine life. Cool. Let's talk to Lily and Willem, then we'll talk to Sin.
Now that the Brine King is nothing but crab meat, his sunken domain, the ancient city of Oriath is ripe for the plundering. My granddaddy once dedicated a good portion of his sailing life trying to hunt down the location of that monolithic city. Then, while he were otherwise indisposed, yours truly tried to follow in his gnarled footsteps, track down the teardrop, a pearl as big as your head, carved with the clues to the city's subaquatic location. I was this close to completing my grandfather's legacy when those damn Templar privateers raided me ship and took off with the teardrop, threw it in their reliquary here in Theopolis. As it were, now's the perfect time to retrieve that dazzling pearl. Think you can nab it for me? I'll make it worth your while. Maybe tick it off the list of things you owe me. Every cell-dwelling lad or lass knows of Oriath. They call it a city, but more of a slaughterhouse than anything else. Old Salty himself ruled over the place, treating its citizens as morsels from his own personal pantry. Those who weren't devoured outright were picked to try continuous family line. They became fishwives like that pretty young Nessa near ended up being. Well, the Brine King, as you know, was forced into a slumber beneath the ocean, and the city was said to have joined him there as well. A few folk managed to flee from the collapsing coral shards, start new lives for themselves, but I'll be reckoning they left all their valuables behind. Were a long time ago now, but them privateers took the teardrop, threw it in the reliquary, then took yours truly and threw me in those goddamn slave pens. Far as I can tell, they never did work out what the teardrop were for. Lucky me, I suppose. It was tough, but with the help of a few other undesirables, I managed to find me way out of them pens and into the reliquary. Made an attempt to burgle back what was burgled from me. Boy, did we sure underestimate the size of them guards the Templars had on the place. Only I managed to escape unscathed. Me accomplices weren't to be so lucky. They ended up in Wraeclast, much like yourself. Fact, I believe you may have crossed paths. Creighton? Elira? Oak?
Oh, that's cool. Creighton, Elira and Oak. They actually helped out Lily. Huh. That's nice. Good thing we butchered them like the filthy bandits they were. Let's talk to Willem.
Was a time when the ladies would be begging for a bit of old Whalem, but I ain't felt the warm caress of a woman in a long time, and it wounded me dreadful. During me time on the sea, I heard tale of Queen Exile, and her penchant for using this land as a kind of vault for all her special shinies. One such shiny be her famed love potion, supposed to attract the drinker's ideal mate to their loins, even if that mate be far across the sea. Old Queen Exile kept the liquid in the skull of her favorite lover. Them damn Templars probably got their hands on it by now, and the potion's bizarre container has me thinking they probably went and tossed it into the ossuary along with the rest of the bones they got lying around. Exile, be ye the friend I believe you to be, then find a potion for me, so that I can experience true love once more.
I'm gonna get it, obviously. I just don't feel like it's gonna end well for him, that's all. I hope it does. I actually really like his character. Okay, final thing. Talk to Sin, and we can actually get off and kill stuff.
Then it is as I feared. Kitava's strength has grown insurmountable in our absence, and his horns now deny us entry to his feeding trough. Evidently, the hungry god has grown picky about what crumbs now travel towards his burgeoning throat. It is this strength that concerns me. I have spoken with our friend Bannon over there, a willful vessel of my misguided brother. I knew eventually we would need to enlist my brother's services, though I had hoped we need not do so this soon. Yet, it seems that we have no other choice. We must invoke my dormant brother, slumbering within Banon's frame. Kitava's horns are a thing of great corruption, which only Innocence's purity can dispel. Before we proceed, I feel I must confide something in you. Banon wishes me not to speak of it, as he is willing for the sacrifice. However, I feel you should know. Once we invoke Innocence, once we dredge him up from his cocoon inside the soul of Banon, the man shall cease to be. Only the god shall remain. Do you understand what I say, Exile? If we take this path, Banon will die. Excruciatingly so. Burnt with purity from the inside out. As I said, Banon is willing to commit his life to this cause. But perhaps you should say your farewells before we move past the point of no return.
Okay, that seems like everything at last. Yep, nothing. Cool. Off we go. Is that any good? Ooh, actually, it might be. Hold up. Why does this have a... It's not bringing up the other two flasks. So, instant recovery amount. Oh, sorry, just straight instant recovery, which is good. Although it does have reduced amount. Maybe that one then. Immunity to ignite, removes burning. I mean, yeah, just replace that one. It's exactly the same flask. Oop. There you go. Oops. There we are. Now then. My microphone is unmuted, which is good. Let's get ourselves back to... Well, wherever we need to go. Is it the ossuary? No, the reliquary and the ossuary. And the staff is where? Chamber of Innocence. It's going to be a long walk. So let's get started. Some of the enemies are a bit tougher than I'd like. Although some of them seem to still melt fairly easily. We haven't actually leveled up in these last two parts, considering all the stuff we've done. I suppose the enemies just weren't really giving us a lot of experience. This is a level 64 zone, however, so hopefully we'll start gaining a decent amount.
Everything dies.
Indeed. Oh dear. Well, that was interesting. I'll take that, and that kite shield. Now, I didn't mention this in the last part, but earlier on today, I actually got an emulator going. I'd wanted to mess around with emulating games for a while, and I recently found out that Demon Souls could be emulated. So I have a working version of Demon Souls on my computer. I'm not sure if I'm going to play it. Well, I say play it. Record it, I should say. I might not, because that might lead to all sorts of strange things. I don't know how Sony and... Is it Sony? I guess it's Sony. But, I don't know how they feel about, you know, recording emulated games. I don't think they care too much. But yeah, I have that. It has its fair share of issues at the moment, certainly. Hopefully I'll have those fixed. One of the issues is the fact that the sun keeps breaking through all the walls. So whenever I look in a certain direction, I get blinded by a huge ball of light with sunstreak effects on it, and it's really annoying. So, gonna try and figure out how to fix that first. Hopefully it won't be too difficult. But yeah, I might do Demon Souls, and that way I'd have completed the entire Soul series other than Bloodborne. But I might be able to emulate that as well. We'll find out. I mean, from what I can tell, this Demon Souls emulation has only been around since like in July or June and July. So, who knows? Maybe we'll be able to play Bloodborne. Yeah, Bloodborne one day on the old PC, emulated, because you know Sony likes its exclusives and apparently doesn't like money. I'd buy it. I'd certainly buy Bloodborne for PC. Also, there is a Harbinger. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, that happened. That was quick. Didn't even see what happened. Gotta love it when enemies can just immediately eviscerate you. Yeah, I need to do something about... just something about this. I don't know. The evasion rating just doesn't feel like it's working. It is, because it's a 1 in 4 chance at the moment of dodging, which, you know, isn't the best. But, I don't know. I just don't know what to do about it. I haven't really been building the proper build, though. It's supposed to be a straight energy shield, so I've been ignoring the more energy shield aspect of it in favour of the whole... yeah, the whole energy shield build. Just because my logic is that with evasion rating, there's a chance I dodge all damage. With energy shield, I'm going to be hit by everything regardless of what it is. So I'm going to be taking full damage the entire time. Now maybe armor would be better, because armor has damage reduction, and that probably would be better. But, I don't know. Maybe I will swap out for an armor energy shield build. Though I might have to get some more points into strength. Maybe I wouldn't. I mean, I haven't really seen a piece of armor I can't wear, but then again, I haven't really been looking for it, have I? I mean, I certainly have hit up a few strength nodes. So I do have excess strength that I really shouldn't have, like with the purity of flesh stuff. Also, this area is really long, by the way. I don't remember this area being this long at all. Also, speaking of long areas, I'm wondering where our next ascendancy trial is going to be. Probably in the ossuary and the reliquary. Although, to be fair, I don't know how many this next one needs. I think it might be 4. We got 1 in the last act. So I could see there being 3 in this act. Unless it's a side area I completely missed that happened to contain it, which is possible. Oh, those spear guys actually hurt a lot. Twisted effigy. Well, let's keep going. What time are we on? We are on 22. Got a few minutes left. I'm liking this profane bloom or whatever it was called. If I get close to enemies, sometimes when it procs, everything just dies, and it is wonderful and glorious. Okay, let's back up a little bit. There we go. I didn't get the bloom off, but oh well. Looks like it's the other side. 23. Keep drinking our flasks. Also, other things as well. I'm thinking I might do a bit of, well, might start and try to do some streaming on Twitch. So, that might happen over the weekend. I have been greatly considering it, and it doesn't seem too difficult to do. So, there may be a Twitch playthrough coming, or just a Twitch of me doing something. I don't know yet, to be fair. But yeah, that might happen. I will record it locally, so I can upload it to YouTube as well. Hopefully there'll be no issues with it. Okay, where are we going? Reliquary or ossuary? Because we have a choice. Left or right? And we'll head left. What the hell is that? A Wickerman? That's weird looking. Also, that thing just hit me for 1,000 points of damage. Because something did. Yeah, things around here apparently hit really hard. Well, let's try and find our way forward. In fact, is there a portal here? There is indeed. Hopefully it's in the middle of the square, but it's probably near the Chambers of Innocence. That would make the most sense for it to be there. What time? We're on 24, going on 25. If we're quick, we might be able to find it. What the? Oh, oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, something happened. Something very weird just happened. I'm hoping there's no desync. There hopefully won't be. But whatever happened then freaked me out. I really am tempted to just stick a cut in here and just restart the recording just in case. In fact, I think I might do. Okay. I'm going to step back a second to a more safe area. Oh my god, they're everywhere. Wow, they really are everywhere. Come on, one of you pop. There we go. And I'm going to quickly stop the recording and then restart it, so I'll be back in but a second. Right then, we are back. Sorry about that. Hopefully it didn't actually cause any problems, but you know, I don't like it when the game just freezes up. That doesn't fill me with a lot of, you know, a lot of confidence. Also, these heretic wards hit like trains. Good lord, they hurt. I really do need to level up soon. Or something, because we need more defense and attack, because we are not doing enough to kill these guys. Now then, what's this door? Is this the ossuary or the reliquary? It's the reliquary. Excellent. Yeah, we even got to the right place. And there is a portal. I don't even know why I looked there. It's right in front of me. Excellent. So what we're looking for? The teardrop, right? Yeah, the teardrop. Well, hopefully it won't be too hard to find. The busts. How could I forget? Looks like this area's got a mix of slow-moving and fast-moving enemies. Although I much prefer slow-moving ones. Although, to be fair, if I had temporal chains up, then they would all be slow-moving. I might swap out purity elements in between parts. That might happen. Because purity elements is nice and all, but if I just do something to stack lightning resistance, because I've leveled up the Harku a whole bunch now, so I could do that. Okay, I just melted. I didn't even see how that happened. Also, you know what? Get that off of there. Move only. I'm not going to keep hitting stuff now, and I don't want to. I've had enough of just shooting my piddly wand at stuff. Yeah, these souls are quite powerful. Also, I can't seem to get my contagion essence drain to spread properly. It's just not happening. Also, apparently these busts hit for like 1,000 points of damage a swing. It's about 500 points of damage. That's not very fun. Oh, they're dead. What time am I on? 27. I think we can go to about 30 seconds over. I have to account for the beginning of the video, which is about 10 seconds of silence or me humming or whatever before I actually start talking. Just in case the beginning of the video has a certain problem and like it doesn't start recording immediately. Which has happened in the past. Which is why I started putting a little buffer in just in case. Oh, those guys have purity of elements on them. Take that. Break all those pots. No, you ain't surviving. Well, this was a dead end, although that should have been, you know, expected really. If anything, the item's going to be at the other end of this place, not to the left or the right. Also, I was wondering why I was taking so much more damage. I didn't even have my abilities up, which is why no enemies were popping. Oh, Katrina's here. Excellent.
Let us speak of death. Go find me.
Okay, sure. Means I can hopefully get the next level of wands. I'm still stuck on the base level. The other one's for staves that gives me like a 40 to 60% increase. And I'd much prefer to have the wands rather than the staves. Because with the wand I can also have a shield, and that shield can also have spell damage on it, along with energy shield and a bunch of other stuff. So I find having a two-handed weapon, at least for this particular character, kinda useless. How many do I need? I need 4. Okay. Oh dear. That hit. That hits a little bit hard. Although I think it's those guys at the back that are doing all the damage. These guys are hardly doing anything. Get up. Oh. Gold skeletons. Yeah, those guys, those souls have got a lot of health on them. Like a really surprisingly huge amount. Considering they last about 5 seconds, well, 3 to 5 seconds with essence drain ticking on them. Well, maybe more like 2 seconds, but still. It's over 10,000 hit points. side we on? Oh, we've hit 30, so we'll kill these guys and bring them back to Katrina. Also, something here is hurting me. Oh, it's that playground. Oh, come on, you two. Let's get you back, and then we'll have to put a cut in here. Come on, don't get caught up on terrain, please. They're caught up on terrain. God damn it. Come on, you four. Keep up. And I'll have to put a cut in. And then I'll have to do my masters. And whatever else I need to do. There we go.
Perfectly lovely.
So I hope you all have enjoyed. If you have, leave a like, subscribe to more, leave a comment as well, and I will see you all, as soon as we kill this last bust that seems to make its presence known, I will see you all next time.